Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today's video is about using Epsom salt in your garden. And this is for earth beds. I'll be doing a video on container plantings later, probably this week. So what is Epsom salt? It's organic or it's not organic. And all that means is everything on the planet's a chemical. This is magnesium sulfate. It's magnesium, sulfur, and oxygen make Epsom salt. It can be mined and it occurs naturally. It's mined out of England, or people can make it. It's really up to you if you want to worry about whether you have a chemical version, meaning made by people, or you have a natural version, meaning organic. It's the same exact stuff. You don't want to overuse Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate in your garden. What does it do? It has magnesium and sulfur. Magnesium, sulfur, and calcium are second level or micronutrients that your plants need. They just don't need a lot of it. So rule number one is don't overuse it. Your plants don't need a ton of Epsom salt. The major macronutrients, in case you don't know, are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. You have to continually give that to your plants or keep that supply in your garden so that your plants grow and do what they do. They need not trace, but micro amounts, small amounts of magnesium, sulfur, and calcium. So Epsom salt will give them magnesium. Magnesium helps build chlorophyll in your plants. It's essential. And sulfur helps with the development of enzymes and proteins. Both essential, but both don't need to be used weekly or a couple times a month. I really just use it nowadays maybe once. Like right now, when you can see your tomatoes are starting to bear fruit, they might be flowering. They're 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall. Your garden is basically producing. Today is July 3rd, so this is really what I do mid-season feeding. If you wanted to, you could give it another dosing towards the end of the season when the plants have maybe exhausted the soil from nutrients because they've been producing really well, hopefully for you. But you really just need to do it one time. How do you set it up? 1 tablespoon, I already put it in here so it would dissolve. 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. That's a 2-gallon watering container. So that gets 2 tablespoons. I'm going to show you how I water in the tomatoes, cucumbers, and zucchini and squash, so you can just get a sense that you don't need to overdo it. I also do most of this now because it's July. It's going to be 95 today. All my sprayings, all these waterings I usually do in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. right now. If you have a big garden, I would set up a bunch of watering cans, fill them up, get them set up with the Epsom salt or whatever you're using, and go ahead and, water it in. And just one more tip, with the ES, you can also you can mix them with other things. So if you wanted to put in some fish emulsion with that, you could go ahead and do that. I like keeping my mixes and fertilizers clean unless they can really mix well together, and Epsom salt and fish emulsion go together perfectly. So you could put that in there, and then you'll be giving your plant magnesium and sulfur from the Epsom salt, and then you'll be giving them nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and some other micro elements or trace elements in the fish emulsion. All right, let me show you how quickly I feed these plants and what a foliar feed is. So I have about 40 tomato plants. That's why I use so many watering containers. I just like to get it all set up, and we're going to pretty much go down this whole row and feed everything. Foliar feed is pretty much just like this. This is one large plant, maybe almost 4 feet tall. And that's all you need to get the Epsom salt onto your tomato leaves. It's going to absorb some of it that way. Whatever drips to the ground is fine. The root system will get it. But because this is a water-soluble fertilizer, it's immediately available to the plant. So it's able to take some of that magnesium and sulfur through the leaves. Then you want to get down to where the roots are. Remember, this is a 2-gallon container. 1, 2, 3. That's plenty. You've given enough magnesium and sulfur to your tomato plants to give them a boost. Coming over this way are cucumbers. These are actually, I can see bees in there too, so even if you're going to do sprays, you got to get out even before 7 a.m. because the bees are already out, just like when the sun is coming up. So cucumbers, and I lost track. There are only 2 plants in here. This is a bush variety, so it's pretty big, and you can just water the leaves. The Epsom salt helps green up things, not because it's giving the plants nitrogen, but because it helps with, the building of chlorophyll. And when you have all the elements, NPK, Some nice cucumbers down there. Magnesium, calcium, your plants do really well. So I know the 2 plants are right down there. A little bit longer, say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cucumbers are heavy feeders, so I give them a little bit more. But that's pretty much all you have to do. Maybe we get up here. These are a couple of squash plants. And just soak it down. And right in there, oh, you can see, look at all those ants. They will pollinate too. 1, 8, 9, in about 10 seconds too. These plants are big feeders too. And there's a really nice zucchini that has to be picked. This is also when I pick all my vegetables. That's why I'm out here looking for stuff. So I'm out. Some nice squash. So I'm out of the mix. This was 2 gallons, so we pretty much did 1 large zucchini plant. We did 2 cucumber plants, and we did a tomato plant. And that's 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt spread across that. Probably if I wasn't talking, I would have gotten in that 2nd zucchini plant, that squash plant. That's all you have to do. Remember, don't overdo it. Epsom salt provides magnesium and sulfur. Magnesium for building the chlorophyll, and sulfur for helping develop the enzymes and proteins. They do other things too, but those are the main functions of magnesium and sulfur. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please don't overuse the Epsom salt. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com.